Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today we have another DougDoug episode. This is I let an AI rewrite my LinkedIn profile and force spammers to read it. Okay, well, the problem is a lot of the people, the companies that spam you bullshit LinkedIn stuff, which, you know, being in tech, are also AI systems. So it's just a fucking loop. It's rare when you have, like, legitimate people read it. I guess if it goes far enough into the system, you'll have someone maybe read your thing, but I want to see how bad this is. I'm going to guess when he was, like, you know, starting out or just in general, he probably gets thousands of garbage, you know, requests if you for, like, from recruiters and shit, right? I get them all the time, and they are never real. Or if they are real, they're not just like super lowball, they're like below minimum wage, like illegal in the area. And you're like, what the hell am I going to do with this? I can't even apply correctly. Or they're just not even real companies, or they're like Amway pyramid type schemes. They're just all trash. Let's take a look.
Hey, this is DougDoug, where we solve business problems that no one has. Yeah. Today, I'm going to let...
More like business problems that everyone has now. Okay, so he's using Transformer. All right, that's great. All right, let's take a look.
Artificial intelligence program rewrite my entire LinkedIn profile. I'm going to have them go through every job that I've had and let the AI write an entirely new job description for me. And you might be wondering, why? Why do this?
I'm just gonna take a shot in the dark. He gets lots of trash spam from companies that don't exist or are just horrible.
Well, let me tell you a story. 8 years ago, when I got my first real programming job, I started to get lots of spam emails from recruiters based on my LinkedIn and my email, which is
yes,
normal for the tech industry.
Absolutely,
but I especially got emailed by this one company who would email me far more than anyone else. And you know,
yeah, and it was probably written by an AI. And any answers back were probably written by an AI, just on automatic. So they probably have no fucking clue that they're emailing you.
I would like politely tell them I'm not interested in this job, but they would keep emailing me sometimes about the job that I just told them that I don't want. And after it got to the point of 15 emails a year from this one company, I finally replied to the main recruiter and said, please take me off your contact list. She did not reply.
Yep.
Not only did she not reply, she and her coworkers continued to email me every few months, despite the fact that I had very clearly...
There's a pretty decent chance that none of these people were fucking real. It was most likely an automated system, or they're paying for a service to just send it out, and the service is just like basically a spam company, and they just don't give a shit. It's like the people that go door to door to give you flyers, and you have a sign that says no soliciting. They look at the sign, then look at your like Ring doorbell or whatever, and then they look at you in the face for a good 10 seconds and stick the flyer in your door anyway, and you're like, the fuck? Or they ring your doorbell anyway, and you open it up, and they're like, hey, would you like to buy a cable package to blank? And you're like, did you not read the sign? Oh, I did, but I don't care.
Quit the programming industry. After 5 more years of this, I once again asked her to please stop emailing me and made it...
It's an AI startup. Android engineer and an AI startup. They're using AI to fucking email you.
Years of this. I once again asked her to please stop emailing me and made it very clear that I am not her target audience and I am not suitable for whatever company they're trying to hire me for. She did not reply. It is now 2021, and I still get emails from these same recruiters every few months.
Yep.
This is why I'm letting an AI rewrite my LinkedIn. Because if they're going to try to recruit me for 8 straight years, then I'm going to make myself the least recruitable person on the planet.
I mean, they kept trying to recruit you with AI emails.
We're going to start this off by rewriting. If they're going to try to recruit
I want to see his list.
For 8 straight years,
I didn't mean to go back. My bad.
Then I'm going to make myself the least recruitable person on the planet.
I meant to pause it.
We're going to start.
Let's see here. Where has he worked before? Executive producer for an esports company. Interesting. That seems about right. I could see. Oh, he worked for. Okay, that explains why he had a bunch of Hearthstone videos right at the beginning of his career. That makes sense. Another esports producer for ESL Gaming. Never heard of that company, but I'm sure it's a real thing. You worked for EA? Oh, you're dead to me. EA Sports, it's in the game.
Start this off by rewriting my job at the esports team Tempo Storm, where I helped run a professional studio and produced various media pieces and esports tournaments. But the AI can do better than that. So I have this description here, served as the executive producer for the esports company Tempo Storm. So what if I literally just use this first sentence to start off? Here's the prompt, and we'll let it complete. Served as the executive producer for the esports company Tempo Storm. Co-founder, talent manager, and stream producer at TSM XDG. That's not true. X-Mitty sits down with Kyle to talk about where he got his start in gaming and the biggest inspirations that shaped him. This is about League of Legends. In the interview, he also discusses his current job. So now we would take this, pop that in here, and we save it. And then maybe the company stops emailing me about a
You sure? You change it up, they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's been updated. I'm gonna send you a bunch of more emails." That's exactly. I bet you the entire thing was written by the same program.
Programming job. This one doesn't feel very potent though. Okay, what should the first sentence be? I want the start of the prompt to be accurate. I'm gonna just be like, led a huge team. Let's see what happens. Led a huge team. A huge, high-powered, intimidating team. The likes of which you can't even imagine. Our current vice president is this guy. When he came to do a breakout session on leadership, I remember sitting there thinking, holy crap, this is it. This is the guy I want to follow for the next few years.
Okay, so this is basically something that's just writing a story around it, which is fine. That's not really a... I guess this is perfect for a LinkedIn profile you don't give a shit about anymore. I mean, to be fair, I haven't logged into mine in for like a year and a half. Because if you actually stuck this in ChatGPT and said, hey, write me this, it'd probably be somewhat good.
These were the values I had as a staff member. These are the leadership lessons I would tell my current team. I was even envious of the ease with which he commanded respect. Big guy, no. This one's good. This one's real good. Tempo Storm. This was my last job before becoming a huge YouTuber. This is also my first paying job. This is when things started to look up. When one company hires you, they may not need you for another month or so. When you work a lot, they may not need you for a few weeks. My experience was like that. Up late every night recording content for the next video. I would work from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. with my last shift ending at 7 p.m.
Hey guys, should I work from okay, well I can't do 9 a.m. That just doesn't work. Like I know you guys want reaction videos like 14 hours a day, right? So there's always something every couple hours. Actually we did pretty good today. We had 4 or 5 videos. But I get it. You guys want me to start work at 3 a.m. We'll say 4 a.m. We'll do a 4 a.m. to 8 p.m. schedule. Sound good? I like how I say I can't do 9 a.m. because I can't wake up at 9, but I can easily wake up at 4 in the morning.
Okay, this is number 3. I may have left my job, but if I had stayed, I would have been amazing. And here's why. If you've read my previous blogs, you know how little I like to travel, and yet I have traveled the world. I traveled for work. In fact, I traveled every week for about 6 years.
I hate to travel, but I travel everywhere. It's perfect. I talked to my family about that, and they're like, hey, you want to come visit us at Disney? I'm like, are you going to be at Disney World or Disneyland? And they're like, well, Disneyland, that's closer to you, right? I'm like, technically it's closer, but I'd have to go out of my house and drive there. I mean... They're like, well, how about you fly then to Disney World with us? And I'm like, yeah, but then I have to go through the airport and deal with the airport. And then they come visit me, and they're like, hey, you want to go to the grocery store? I'm like, I don't know. I'd have to get in my car. It's kind of far away. They're like, the grocery store's 3 minutes from your house. And I'm like, I'd have to get up.
It was how I supported myself, and I loved it. I didn't have to live in a hotel, and I got to eat at restaurants with lovely people. My best friend and I lived in Paris for almost a year. I would take a week off work, rent a car, we would just drive across France and be tourists in Paris. We saw the Eiffel. Okay, so we've got 3 options. The options are, led a huge team. A huge, high-powered, intimidating team. Option 2. This was my last job before becoming a huge YouTuber. This is also my first paying job. This one's good because this would directly contradict probably all the...
This one makes the most sense because one, it's accurate. Because he is a huge YouTuber, but as well as a regular streamer. But Side note, should I start streaming on Twitch? I don't know. The problem with that is it would really cut into the reaction videos. And I have somewhere in the area of now of like 4,000 requests. Like, a lot of you were like, no, that's not that many requests. Keep in mind, when you're requesting videos on that post I made, you're actually requesting entire channels with your 3 favorite to start. So, we could do streaming. Also, though, I'm not the world's best gamer. So I think we'll just stick with reactions. But this for him would be a perfect one, I think. But I think you should mix in half the Eiffel Tower one.
Previous descriptions. Number 3, I may have left my job, but if I had stayed, I would have been amazing. And here's why. I do like this one because my job description is about me taking a week off work and just driving.
Just mix it with a YouTube one and be fucking perfect.
Across France? Like, that is not what you talk about when you're describing the work you did. All right, 1, 2, or 3. These are the options that are going to describe
2,
my
probably.
Previous job.
Oh,
man, it's looking like number 1's going to take...
I'm honestly surprised 2 wasn't even on the list. I guess they're trying to go as far out of the norm as possible. So, 1 it is.
Number 1 is more of just kind of a confidence play, right? Somebody's going to read this and just be like, whoa, huge team. Congratulations, this one wins. This is my new description for my previous job. This is fucking nonsense. The first sentence is just like, fuck you, recruiter. This is so aggressive. Next up.
It should actually just say "fuck you, recruiter." But I think he'd still be getting reviews. I honestly think this is all AI at this point because I don't know, when I was applying for like, anytime I apply for any sort of contract-based job, right? I can send out hundreds and hundreds of basically requests or resumes, I guess, in this case. The only ones I, for the most part, ever get back are, word of mouth ones within the industry, or complete nonsense gibberish, which doesn't help me at all. Like I'll get an email back and be like, "Hey, we have a position open for you for data entry," and I'm like, "Well, okay, but I haven't done data entry in like a decade." What kind of data entry are we talking here? And it's just complete like nonsense, like receipt copying. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to do that. I could do that online by signing up to like, there's a website called Data Annotation. You can definitely sign up if you're in college or whatever and just do basic data entry stuff as part-time. And you can actually get pretty good amount of money with it. Assuming you pass all 3 of their stupid tests, and then they'll call you back within 2 months, hopefully. So it's not exactly the world's best program, but it's better than nothing.
Next up is my teaching job at UC Berkeley. I was a student instructor for one of Berkeley's introductory programming classes. Why don't we generate all 3 of them at once? Are we good with these 3 prompts? Led 26 students through daily 3-hour classes. You wouldn't believe how hard I educated these students. I became the leader of a new generation of students. Number 1. Led 26 students through daily 3-hour classes. He learned how to use this.
Don't worry, all the new programming is just going to be from ChatGPT at some point. We're similar.
Talents to train a puppy. I had never had a dog in my house, and all of a sudden I'm on the receiving end of what we're doing with these dogs, said Loftus. The students had 8 months to train the puppy to perform 10 commands. The program is a partnership between Yale, Animal Farm Foundation, Heifer International, and the Children's Medical Center at UC Berkeley. The program will be in town until June 11th. To learn more, click here. Nothing will happen if they click there. That one's pretty good. That's number 1. You wouldn't believe how hard I educated these students. Every single time. When I asked one of them to repeat the last 3 letters of a word, one of them would say, "Don't worry, I'll sound it out in the dark." I kept hearing them whisper, "Don't worry, we won't tell anyone," at each other as they walked by. I was absolutely astonished. I'd been in charge of the classroom, of me, for only 6 weeks. How could that have happened? I was almost embarrassed. My own students really had the student in them. A few days later.
Okay, this one sounds way worse than this one's actually kind of like a little creepy here. Oh my god!
This one's pretty good. Run out weekly characters. It's kind of dark. Well, it's not dark. It's literally dark, I guess. Led 26 students through daily 3-hour classes. Got big big smiles from the students when I joined in and went on breaks. This time I took my day pack full of supplies so I could haul some laundry home. It was unseasonably cold, so I was able to dry a load in between classes. For the record, I did not do my laundry in between classes. One student thought it was very exciting when I was done and brought me a roll of toilet. I never dried any loads when I was teaching. New description for my teaching job at UC Berkeley. I think we know which one it's going to be.
Yeah,
right, the dog one is real
way
fucking
more
funny.
sense.
I'm happy with this. Next up is my programming job at EA. And despite what that might sound like, I did not actually work on any video games or anything of importance. I just worked on the tech stack that EA uses.
Okay. All right. I like how we had to fucking clarify this. It's like, I didn't really work at EA. Everyone's like, oh, good. Fuck that company. You know what? Do you want to be actually kind of fun? I want to know what the backstory of the EA logo like voice actor is, because I've heard that voice so many times, but I have no idea like if it's like computer generated or just some random guy, like, because this one got to be one of the most recognizable voices on the planet, right? And regardless of whether or not you hate that company for various reasons, they are very popular with just about everything in it, not to mention commercials and all that other shit. Sorry, I got distracted.
For their mobile games. Worked on the client side of the mobile SDK team at Electronic Arts. It sounds pretty boring. Yeah.
Wait a second. He worked with microtransactions. Uh-oh. That's going to make a lot of people mad. I'm just going to ignore that part.
It was not very exciting. My programming had a profound but sinister effect on EA's profits. I single-handedly saved EA's prospects. I don't want to straight up lie
Doug
in
made
my
microtransactions
portion. I
for
pissed
EA.
on the EA servers. What?
Hello,
Sure,
Mr. Douglas. I am a representative from the US government. We are very impressed by your recent change.
Yeah, I mean, the only downside of that is for this one, he has to be a little bit more careful because EA might be like, because if EA came across it and be like, you didn't fucking do any of that shit. Like, I don't think UC Berkeley would care, but EA is kind of a weird company.
Changes to your LinkedIn and wish to offer you the position of Supreme Leader. Please get back to us as soon as you can.
Well, guys, this might be my last stream. I'm about to be hired as the Supreme Leader of the government. I'm not sure
which government.
What. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for cold, hard business. 3, 2, 1. Worked on the client side of the mobile SDK team at Electronic Arts. Researching C# and .NET. Introduced myself to the Windows Phone Convergence team. Brittany had a blog post on that, which is investigating a C# and .NET solution for Windows.
There's a fucking Twitter link.
Windows Phone 7 that would be browser-based. Not that this idea is dead yet. Posted by Brian Sumner. Joined the Wintana Google Plus group and will update my users of the solution I made for Palm on Android and Nook. Wait,
I'm kind of wondering if that Twitter link actually goes somewhere.
hold on. So I'm working on Android, Nook,
probably
in
not,
Google Plus,
not.
on Windows Phone, in C# and .NET, and it's browser-based. What the fuck is this job? I don't understand at all. Who's Brian Sumner? Please go to the link. Is it appropriate? I don't know who the fuck Brian Sumner is. It doesn't exist.
Oh, good.
Right, that's actually better though. It's more of a flex on the recruiters who check me.
He's like, no, I don't want to go.
They're like, the previous one that's like, for more information, click here, and they click it. They're like, there's no more information. And then they come to this one, and they're like, okay, thank God, at least Brian Sumner is going to tell us what's going on, and this link is broken. My programming had a profound but sinister effect on the profits of Electronic Arts. In only 20 months, the money flowing into the company increased fivefold from $3.4 billion to $11 billion.
Yeah, that sounds like a microtransaction king right there. That's a death threat right there waiting to happen.
It's safe to say that's the single most important thing that happened to EA in those early years, says Chris Connor, who now works at EA. The long-term effect on the company's bottom line might have led EA to take long-term risks with their employees' health and well-being. But in the 1990s, even the sharpest game companies were focused on short-term profits. For instance, maybe remember EA as the... All right, that's number 2. Number 3. The motto EA Sports that's in the game changed my outlook on life, and here's why. That says it all, at least for me. EA Sports just in the past few months introduced the Journey mode. in the FIFA series. That's the main hook of this Madden game, which they also do an amazing job of utilizing all over the game. EA Sports' Star Wars Battlefront was also the biggest video game of 2015, and it gave me my biggest video game.
So I think part of the problem is this AI doesn't have like direct access to like current information, does it? Whereas like the newest versions of ChatGPT, although at this point, don't forget this is a year or two old or whatever. So there is that, and that's a huge problem with AI. But I think the newer version is actually much better at not completely creating trash out of nothing. It just creates more believable trash at this point, right?
Moment ever in 2015 when I logged in for the first time and played as Darth Vader for the first time in Star Wars Battlefront. EA Sports has really learned how to blank. Dude, we've got 3 pretty potent options. All right, get your votes in.
I don't know.
Okay, I figured as much.
Money
Dude, it had to be number 2. Number 2 is so aggressive.
Like
Hey, congratulations. This is my new EA job. Wait, should I just put a period? But then even the sharpest game followers are focused on long-term profits. For instance, maybe you remember EA as the... God, it's even more of a power move. You got to leave them wanting. Next up is a summer job I had to program the Android application for the P90X workout program.
I actually tried that workout program. Holy crap, the original was hard as fuck. I stuck with it for a good maybe like 8 days and then gave up, even though I bought all this shit for it. So I still have like $400 worth of that shit. And yeah, I'll never ever complete it. I get up in the morning and come to my computer and then go on walks and sprain my wrists.
This was like 2 guys were working on an app and they hired me to help out with this Android thing, and I never met them and they didn't end up paying me for half of my work, but it did actually put really good stuff on my resume. I'll start the first prompt just normally. What should the second prompt be? 2 guys got me...
What's weird is because the if it was for the official P90X, that's Doug was considering criminal proceedings. Yeah, he probably should have, because that app actually, I believe, cost money, and a lot of people had bought the whole program and used that app all the time.
He ripped in more ways than one. Jesus Christ. This has nothing to do. It doesn't even mention programming or more P90X. Option number 1. Developed major features of the official P90X Android application. And even though they never paid me 50% of my salary and Doug was considering criminal proceedings, the official Android P90X app now lives in the Play Store. True. If you're a fitness fan and can't wait to do your pull-ups and push-ups in the wild, you should get the official P90X Android app from the Play Store and take a look at some of the things it can do. Don't bother installing the commercial release of the P90X app, and instead get the official one and download the advanced workout now. Install the official P90X Android app. I don't get paid by the P90X people, so I'm not affiliated.
That's technically fucking true.
True. Very true. They did not pay me. In some ways, this one's pretty solid. The P90X workout program has absolutely annihilated obesity in America.
Yeah. There was another workout program. It was around the same time. It was like called Insanity or something like that. And they had like throw up buckets all over the area because it would drive people to go throw up and vomit everywhere. It was supposed to be that intense. I stayed away from that one. It could have been a gimmick, but I mean, it could have also been something that was banned.
And in only 3 months, my love handles are shrinking. That is a power move. People have lost 30 plus pounds on this program, and it seems easy enough. So in my opinion, they know what they're doing.
I mean, to be fair, it is a good workout program. It just fucking sucks. You gotta have any sort of willpower. I have enough problems just uploading videos every day.
I think these 2 videos can even be combined because I think it's great to stretch both sides of your body at the same time. I started my trainer workouts on Sunday. Accurate. They kicked my ass. Seems so hard. I think I've stumbled upon a pain of sitting in this chair for an hour a day while I'm watching the girls. I don't know if it's... This one leaves a lot to the imagination. It's pretty potent. Somebody's kicking my ass, but also my ass
still
is
like the first
in the chair.
one.
I mean, this is a power move opener. And once again, I want to reiterate, this is for a programming job for the Android application. This will probably not work. I don't think this is going to go anywhere. But here we go. 2 guys got me ripped.
This sounds like it's going to go badly in a bunch of different ways.
In more ways than one. living on borrowed time. Please check back soon, as I will be trying to post something daily, so please keep checking back to see what I've come up with. This is for my LinkedIn profile. Also, thank you all for your well wishes and best wishes for my niece and sister. I will keep them in my prayers. My niece and sister will be having back surgery this week, so I'm going to ask all of you to send some good. This could be, okay, because this could be a power play of like the...
I was expecting something else, but all right.
Recruiter is looking at my profile. They're like, I don't know if this person is even qualified for the Android programming job. I'm going to spam at him. And then they see this, and they think, wow, his niece and sister is going to be having back surgery. I should give him a job. He needs
help
the
out.
money.
He's gonna need
Okay,
that
we've got
money.
4 options. Number 1 is this is like an advertisement for the app. Number 2, my love handles are shrinking. I don't think I want this on my LinkedIn profile. It would be one thing if I mentioned sitting for an hour a day watching the girls, right? And then I like follow up and kind of, clarify maybe what the situation is.
Who are the girls
But
here?
I just cut off the next sentence. I don't know, man. It implies that I was like arrested while I was writing this watching the girls. The implication here.
Right?
We've got to change it. Can I change it to men? I feel like that's fine. Young men. Well, okay. If this one works, I'm going to replace girls. Option number 3. Oh, this is my niece and sister having back surgery.
Yeah, he can't make it too bad. This is an official LinkedIn file.
Okay.
Even if he doesn't
Not
use it
surprisingly,
anymore,
we're going to go with the love handles. I also think I've stumbled upon a pain of sitting in this chair for an hour a day while I'm watching the blank. Whatever word comes next. The single word that comes next. We swap that in for girls and we're good. I just don't want my profile to imply anything illicit or fundamentally creepy. I'm watching the kids. No! Is that better? Can I redo it? This one's worse. How about I can redo a single
Something's bound to give. Holy shit.
word or phrase if it's particularly bad, but I have to gift 5 subs every time. I also think I've stumbled upon a pain of sitting in this chair for an hour a day while I'm watching my children.
Okay.
You know what? That's fine. I'll take it. Everybody still wins because I'm still watching kids. We get the best of every single world. Incredible. The next up is ESL. It's like a huge esports company, and I spent 2 years as a project manager or producer.
It's funny. I've never heard of ESL. It's probably made some actually like legitimate games I've heard of, but I've just never seen that symbol anywhere.
Running tons of esports events, like big Hearthstone shows. Okay, here's what I actually did. Managed the design,
I never played Hearthstone, so that's part of the problem.
budgeting, and execution for live esports tournaments and media content. So we got a lot to work with there. I think we could mention the games. We could mention the fact that some of the stuff I did is technically on Hulu. Why don't we just turn the temperature up a lot? Controls the randomness of sampling, the creativity. Cool. So let's make this one really creative. Cool. So this one might be a little bit less coherent because we are doing maximum creativity.
I would like
You
to
ever
find
watched
less
Hearthstone in
coherent.
2016 or 2017? I led almost every major tournament, including Guys, this is too creative.
Okay, just stop talking. You're like, who 25-100 brew listed IRA and business Zeus. Okay, this is like pulling up SEO where it's.
How does one AI generate so much creativity? This is not English, right? Who is business Zeus? I'm gonna redo with.
This is just all pulling as many SEO words out of thin air. That's what it's doing here.
Less creativity. Let's try
Although most of these
1.5
words are
creativity.
trash.
I led almost every major tournament, including playing almost from B apparently pony undermop. Dude, these are too creative. It's not even English. It just like picks random words. We could go low. Make it less than 1.5. This is an experiment. We won't keep this one unless it's awesome. You ever watched Hearthstone in 2016 or 2017? I led almost every major tournament, including the last 2 BlizzCons, and I'm sure you've seen me at the top of the leaderboard.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a pretty good player. I've been playing Hearthstone for almost a year now. I've made a lot of progress. I'm not the best, but I'm pretty close. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a pretty good player.
At least this seems sane. Sure, it repeats a bit, but anyone who's an expert in everything, that's all they ever do is repeat shit.
I've been playing Hearthstone for almost a year now, and I've made a lot of progress. I'm not the best, but I'm pretty close. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a pretty good player. I've been playing Hearthstone for almost a year now, and I've made a lot of progress. I'm not the best, but I'm pretty close. But I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not the best. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not the best.
Okay, this is a good one. Definitely repeat yourself. That'll get your point across.
I'm not gonna lie. It's very honest. We'll leave this one. Doug worked for an esports agency that made millions off the backs of young athletes competing in video game tournaments, which were broadcast on TV. Not correct. It would appear that Doug's pay was meager, but he made up for it by watching 4 to 5 hours of video game tournaments, taking notes, and filing lawsuits against everyone he thought was being ripped off by his employer. When the FBI approached him in 2014 about an investigation into the pay-to-win craze in esports, he said, "What? Did you watch my website? I was writing on site. I was doing the videos. I was fucking writing. I was doing a lot." Our reporter, Doug Williams, was once an employee of an esports agency that made millions off the backs of young athletes competing in video games tournaments, which were broadcast on TV.
So ignore that last paragraph, but keep the first section.
Doug and his co-workers paid a tiny salary, were prohibited from competing in any video game. Yeah, I guess my channel's name is DougDoug Williams, which is the new description for my job as an esports
I was like, wait, which one is this again?
producer. So it's between, I'm not going to lie to you, and the FBI investigation. 3, 2, 1. Not going to lie to you. Congratulations. Next up, in college, I did a programming internship at Zynga, the beloved developers of Farmville, where I worked on a canceled Facebook game. This was
okay, to be fair, they've had a lot of games, and not all of them great. A lot of them microtransaction-y too.
This was for Pirateville, which never released, but it was like a new version of Farmville. It was going to have pirates. We could start with that.
Man,
Option
that awesome.
number 1. I worked on a pirate video game at the beloved media conglomerate Zynga, and it was a nightmare. From being a 9-to-5er who'd look forward to coming home to eat an organic green salad, to waking up on my knees in a crawl space under the desk. I gotta change music here. The worst part, I didn't even get to do the whole crawling in a crawl space part. My last day was nearly 2 months ago. I still haven't managed to bring myself to eat a single salad. Might not even be worth my time. May become too bitter.
Maybe it thinks Zynga, for whatever reason, as far as like a salad.
Maybe I'm just not cut out for it. The job I did lead to a bit of fun. This is when I met Jimmy Fallon. All right, let's go back to some fun music. It's when I met Jimmy Fallon. I told him how we went to college together, how we played video games in the arcade together.
I told him how we went to college together? Okay. Fallon's like, what?
Alan wasn't sure what to think about that. I don't know what the fuck. We just did a roller coaster. I'm happy that the story has a happy ending, though. Everybody loves Jimmy Fallon. Look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain now. I am the captain of the Washington Capitals. I am the captain of the Washington Capitals. I am the captain. Are you watching?
The problem is, like, the AI system that I used to write my garbage descriptions in a lot of my videos, just because I would rather be reacting to more videos. Almost all descriptions on YouTube, for the most part, are for SEO only, with a few exceptions, right? And I'm pretty sure mine would actually be pretty decent at writing like legitimate, like LinkedIn stuff. I think there's actually a setting for creating LinkedIn profiles. So this one is just like make a story kind of generator. Versus like something that's actually helpful, right?
Are you watching? Are you watching? Did you see what I did there? You like what I did there? Can we stay here all night? You don't even know. Did you know about the new captain in town? Yeah, didn't know. Everybody was in the dark. I can't be the captain. I'm not really good at it. Did you see that sign over by the locker room door? It says Captain Offkin. I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah,
who do you think they are?
Doesn't.
What is that sign even about? Captain Offkin? Is that their term for me? It is a term for me. I've been the captain for years now, but this is my time. I'm so excited.
I swear, there was like a video game where it was like a horror game where tons of crazy shit happened during like the Salem witch trials and stuff, and you find out at the very fucking end of the game that was just some asshole in a bus, and it was all in his memory, and it was all totally fake, and nothing ever happened. And you're like, well, what the fuck was the point of this shit? That's what this reminds me of.
I'm also scared. This is going in a different direction than the others. I love
That's
that, like,
true.
we put in captain twice in the prompt. The AI is like, all right, everything has to be captained. Which new description? For my job
Nightmare
as an
plus
intern
Jimmy Fallon.
working on a pirate Facebook game. Oh my God, 4 votes.
That was
4
close.
votes off. Captain wins. Dude, look at the previews, right? If somebody just opens this, we kind of beat them down, right? We let them in to our ups and downs, the trials and tribulations, and then finally they get to the bottom. And I look them square in the eyes and I say, look at me, I'm the captain now. By this point, I've got them by the balls. This job is mine. Next up is the description for my college education at UC Berkeley. Okay, we can write a description for what I did at my college. In the first 2 years, I got great grades in my classes. But then once I became a junior, it suddenly became difficult for me to get good grades. True, my GPA was 2.65.
Jeez, that's pretty bad. I think I finished with a 3.96 after 4 years. I forgot which version. Like I was on the dean's list every time, and then I decided to become a YouTuber and do other things. You know, real life goals.
Which is much lower than expected. I was very upset and worried, and I figured that maybe this semester will be different. Fortunately, no luck. I still have a good GPA, but it's been dropping steadily. 2.5.
You do not have a good GPA at all. You were totally fucked. Just drop the semester, damn it.
And now 2.45. Not good at all. I feel like I don't deserve it because I have been lazy.
No
I've not
shit.
done much work, have not attended class regularly, have not always come to class on time. That is the lowest of lows. And probably the lowest of lows that I will ever be able to get to in my life. I can't help feeling bad about myself, and I guess I should take some responsibility for my low GPA. I was not the only person who was lazy, but I could have been. I don't know why you would put this in your LinkedIn profile. It's not the place to wax poetic about your...
It is if you want people to stop fucking emailing you about jobs.
Sinking GPA. I was such a damn good student, they made me a teacher.
I guess the biggest issue, though, with LinkedIn profiles is, let's say you do something like this, right? And then you actually need to get another job. What happens if the companies that have been looking up your stuff over years created a copy of your profile at some point and just never updated it? I mean, they should update it, right? But there is always that chance that they have, like, if they're using AI, there's a chance that they've saved multiple copies, so it can go back and forth. So you could be actually like shooting yourself in the foot in some ways. You could also just say you were hacked, I guess, but still.
Mother didn't raise no fool, and a teacher I was. The other day, my English class went out to the local high school to see It's a Wonderful Life. They had all kind of snacks and drinks.
I hate that movie with a passion. I've seen it so many times because my mom loves it. I just fucking hate that movie. The other one is A Christmas Story. I hate that movie too.
To keep them occupied, to help them not talk during the movie. Did I mention I teach seniors? I should have known I would have had to keep an eye on those bozos. I was very concerned about the soda thing. There were 4 of them. They were pretty quiet.
I haven't heard bozos since, I have to say, anyone ever watch Technoblade's Potato War? Squid Kid. I'm a Squid Kid just constantly says bozo. It's so fucking annoying.
Just enjoying the movie. Everyone else in the movie was quiet too. No one was talking, except when the kids couldn't hear the speaker. God, I know this is going to go somewhere good. We're at the movies in a high school at the seniors that I'm teaching, I think. No one was talking except when the kids couldn't hear the speaker. It was perfect. But then, out of the blue, as I was reaching for my coffee, I heard this stupid American accented voice pipe up. Well, of course, I had to turn. Maybe the strategy here. We leave them a cliffhanger. We want the recruiters to think, oh my God, I could hear the rest of the story if...
I just want you to continue generating.
I only hire this man. That's pretty good. I don't know if I'm teaching high school students or something. So there I was, sitting on campus with a book in one hand and a beer in the other, when suddenly I'm interrupted. We're concerned about your drinking, the police officer said. I think they've already given you the magic word to ask the administration, so you can't answer anymore. I looked at him for a second, then I saw him. To me, he looked like a perfect clone of my dad. His hair was a little shaggier, his face slightly paler, and his gait was a little slower. The only difference was that he was a police officer. It was him. I was hallucinating. They had to be.
You're a lot drunker than you thought. Usually, you shouldn't be drinking on campus. Well, I mean, unless you're in the dorm, I guess, but then that's 50-50 depending on the college.
My best friend, Myers, had dragged me out of the dorm room and taken me to this bar, a place with arcade games, karaoke, $3 beers. I wasn't sure what I was in for, but I knew I wasn't gonna like it. You see that game over there? Myers asked. Sorry. You see that game over there? Myers asked. What happened to my police father? God,
yeah, I know, right?
So badly. Which new description for my college education? Wow, you're going for police dad mostly. The incredible story of how we found our policeman father is my new description for what I did in college. Congratulations. And last but not least, my job as a YouTuber. All right, we've got one left. DougDoug. With this one, we maybe need to do a few more. This one needs to be really potent, I think. My YouTube channel can be pretty weird. So let me explain it with food. One, my channel gets weird if I watch popular videos on YouTube. I think this is why people can't find the channel. More recently, I found myself eating strawberries. I would have a strawberry for 5 days, just watch them crumble on the desk. What? Don't ask how I was managing to eat them. I keep forgetting what I'm doing with my videos, so I just go on.
This sounds like every YouTuber, actually.
On, and then after a while, it all feels like a blur. 3, it's very difficult to say anything intelligent when your body is full of strawberries. That's about all that's worth saying, really. Haha. I don't know what makes me laugh more, the video or the fact that I just said haha twice in a row. I've been getting a lot of questions about the videos, so I thought I would put the questions to you guys. Is it normal to eat the strawberries? This has some promise. A few times.
It does have some good promise. It's pretty accurate. Yeah, I guess my biggest issue is trying to figure out which reaction video to watch, because for a while I was getting, a couple of them, but ever since I added the neuro stuff, I started getting like hundreds of requests. A lot of them are neuro requests, which great, but we started branching out, and that's been a lot of fun. I never really watched anything with DougDoug. I watched a few items of Let's Game It Out, etc. But apparently there's tons and tons of channels I've never seen, which a lot of people want me to check out, and that's what we're gonna do over the next couple of months.
Sometimes people have said true in chat. Like, none of these stories have been relatable. Somebody typed true in chat, I think, during the police dad thing. Nobody in chat has been stopped by the cops for alcoholism and realized it was their father. I've touched over 1 million people through my job as a teacher and an author. My next book is a young adult paranormal fantasy entitled Rancho Murders. I'm holding a Rafflecopter giveaway for
I thought I misread it at first. I thought it said the Ranch Murders. But I wasn't thinking of like ranch like an actual ranch. I was thinking about ranch the salad dressing.
Free copy of the book. Enter the Rafflecopter below, and then make sure to share it with your friends. Every person who enters the giveaway will be entered twice. That has no whatever. True. The contest will run until Monday, October 20th.
It's like going to a casino, right? If you're a silver tier member, you get 1 point, and if you're a gold tier member, you get 8 points, and if you're a red or whatever their highest level tier member, you get 16 points for every point. So basically, anyone who's just a basic member is screwed over until you spend like $100,000 there.
2014 at 11:59 p.m. Winners will be announced Wednesday, October 22nd, 2014. Good luck. Rancho Murders is set in my hometown of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. I love my town and want to share some of the things there are to do there with the others. We want Rancho Murders. I'm wildly successful. And it's all thanks to Twitch chat.
That's probably
doing the hard work for me. True. Now playing. Watch that.
That one is true, because his Twitch chat's actually fucking skilled at a lot of shit.
Twitch chat works hard for me. True. Guys, this one's a little too true. I'm a superstar, a multimillionaire, and my secret to success is Twitch chat doing all the work for me. Sometime in the fall, Twitch chat told me I was the 9th highest streamer in the world. At the time, I'd only been streaming for a few months, so I was thrilled. I thought of myself as a mid-tier streamer at best, but I was really just a warm body streaming from time.
Okay, no matter what happens, this one's gonna fucking win no matter what.
Time. I am now the 9th highest streamer in the world. YouTube! Now, I know some of you might be thinking, oh my god, how does that guy make all that money? I hear ya. You're not wrong. This is still my first year as a full-time streamer. If you told me a few years ago that I'd be telling you this, I'd have laughed you out of the room. I didn't stream for a few years after college. I had a few jobs, but I found it. This one was good. Try doing one of your video titles. We could do I'm trying to take a bath, but Twitch chat keeps assassinating me.
How was that a title? Should we go watch that one next?
That one could actually be good. I'm trying to take a bath, but Twitch chat keeps going off. You know how it is. Want to take a bath? Twitter wants to chat with me. Stupid twee. I told them last week they were being too talkative. See, what happened is, I was a nymphomaniac all through college, and I used to spend my hours typing away at a laptop. I put on a bathrobe, then drop my clothes in the hamper because they looked like I'd been wearing them for days. I'd waltz into the bathroom, start writing. But somewhere along the way, I lost the fine art of writing for a living. It's kind of hard to have time to write when you have 2 little kids and a husband. That's why I have a boyfriend. I started a relationship with Nick Cage. I'm sure you saw him in Bruges, or whatever it's called. He's an actor, you see, and we live together. Well, I live with him. I don't have to share.
Okay, this one might actually win. I thought the Twitch chat was going to win, but I don't know.
What he doesn't realize is that he's an actor too. And you see the film, I was...
Okay, that's actually the funniest thing ever, because I could totally believe Nick Cage thinks everything's real life.
Just working on isn't quite finished yet. I don't have a trailer or anything to...
Perfect.
Yeah, that was pretty good. In the video game Skyrim.
No, you don't need anything
I create
else.
mods. Spawn cheese, kill fondle, and slaughter zombies with a potato. I also replaced the statue of a woman holding a sword with a weeping man holding a statue of a sword that isn't an actual sword. And then I buy the woman a copy of Limbo.
That kind of does sound like Skyrim.
I'm a god. I call myself Diablo the cheater. As far as I know, I'm the only person who writes a list of cheating cheats and uses it in-game. My mod turned the game into an interdimensional sex simulator powered by a fucking necromancer.
Perfect. That's like the best mod ever.
Sir, and I use that game on a daily basis. To date, I've cheated in 30 games. 22 of them were developed by other users, and the other 2 were made by me. And today, this motherfucker's named after me. I use a relatively simple cheat to game console games. What I do is turn the switch on the controller I use into a button on the console, and then I press it to trigger cheats that give me a better experience. Here's what those I don't want to be premature, but I believe we have found the new description.
I mean, holy crap. A lot of these were actually really good.
Of my YouTube career. This just whiplashes so hard with so much passion. My mod turned the game into an interdimensional sex simulator powered by a fucking necromancer. So true. It's time to vote, ladies and gentlemen. We got five prompts to vote on. Good luck. I think there's an early lead coming out.
Yeah, I mean, the Nick Cage one was really funny right up until 3.
3, 2, 1. I'm Diablo the cheater. I'm a god. I play an interdimensional.
That still would have been funny if Twitch chat would have won, because they're like, yeah, we did make you fucking rich. What the shit?
Dimensional sex simulator powered by a fucking necromancer. And I use it on a daily basis. Oh, let's get this over to the network. You're never going to get a job again? Or maybe I'll get lots of jobs. Got to crack a few eggs to make an omelet. Profile pic? We could do a new profile. I mean, what would the new profile pic be, though?
Just do your fucking DougDoug orange pepper thing, because that actually might be the only way to save it.
A selfie right now. You with the Thanos bathing suit. This is for, like, jobs. This is for, like, work connections. Save it under business. I mean, this is aggressive.
I mean, based off of your YouTube description for your job, there's nothing worse than that.
LinkedIn profile picture. To be fair, though, does match Diablo the cheater.
It does.
It looks like Diablo our work here is done. Ever since February of 2021, oh, no. This has been my LinkedIn profile. And I'm happy to say that those recruiters finally stopped emailing me.
Really?
Just kidding.
Yeah,
they emailed me 5 weeks later. I've gotten 4 emails since this change, and I finally replied to Bobby and asked exactly which part of my LinkedIn profile makes me so qualified for this job. He did not reply. And now I look forward to forcing every one of their recruiters to have to reread my LinkedIn and look at me in a Thanos bathing suit. This is Diablo the cheater.
By the way, I just looked it up just now to see if it's still there. It is still like this. It is legit still like this. I'm not going to log in, though. Because I'd have to sign up. Let's see here. Adam Parkser gave him a review, though. Doug is a genius. Yeah, I'd have to log in to see if he actually left everything else the same. But I'm going to guess he did. He got a lot more followers, though, now.
Signing off.
I honestly thought you'd just do it for a video and switch everything back. No, he left everything as is. But yeah, no, he kept getting those messages back because they were all AI. And then the reason he didn't get another one back was because a real person actually double checks it. But yeah, all right. Good recommendation. This was a request from a viewer whose name I forgot. But you know who you are, and you'll comment down below, and I'll pin it or something. All right, see you guys later.